ahead, even though I'm not technically cooking, Dusty thinks we're cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and put the apron on. So again, new people, since this is a 1 hour chat, I put an apron on for the second half, and that is so that Casey, who is my daughter, can figure out where the second half of the, oh no, Debbie, no, they were there tonight. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you all got them. I'm so sorry. So it would not have been a good week for us to be down there. Okay, we're just gonna say that. But if you're watching this later, when the apron comes on, that means it is time for the second half. That way you can find it easily, Casey can find it easily when she is separating them for YouTube. And if you want to go back and watch the second half, you know where to find me. You know where to find it, because that's when the apron comes on. So again, all of this is going to be on www.ifyouhaveanegg.com in the next 2 days, and on YouTube tomorrow. And again, that's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Okay, back to what we were talking about in the beginning, the Weight Watchers graphic, or the WW graphic on your weekly, and you're going to have to go back and find that on a mobile device because you cannot pull it up anymore on a computer. You can't go back and find past ones anymore on your computer. They keep changing that back and forth. But it really is worth screenshotting. And I don't know if that's an actual word or not, but it is actually, it's worth taking a screenshot of. So I'm going to follow their lead this week, and I'm going to share some of my favorite holiday smart swaps that are literally superpowers for me. They are a superpower for me to keep from going crazy during the holidays and allowing me to enjoy what I want during the holidays as well. So do go find that the Weight Watchers version of this. This is my version. So first thing, if my celebration, so the one on the Weight Watchers app says if a recipe calls for in one column, and then the next column says try this, and then the next column says approximate points saved. So mine, the first column is if your celebration calls for, the next one is try, and then the next one is points saved. So the first one is if it calls for sugar in a recipe. I have used several different kinds of sugar substitutes. So you can use, so if your recipe calls for sugar, and I think it was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we tried Jody's lightened up version of her grandmother's kind of a cranberry salad. And so I used a low point sugar substitute for that one. Jody wanted me to try Swerve. So I did try Swerve. I liked it. And Swerve is, let me tell you what it's made out of. It is erythritol, allulose, and natural flavor, and xanthan gum. So it was delicious. It prepared exactly like I think sugar would have if I had used that in the recipe. Just know it is a 1-to-1 substitute. So if it's a teaspoon of sugar, you use a teaspoon of Swerve. Just know if your tummy is sensitive to erythritol, it has that in there. Or Truvia, and this is the brand I normally buy, and I usually get either the Truvia baking blend, or this one is the Truvia granulated, and it's plant-based. It's made with monk fruit, and the ingredients in this also erythritol, chicory root fiber, and monk fruit extract. Both of these are 0 points in smaller quantities. You can save as much. I don't think either one of these has an aftertaste, Loretta. I did not experience an aftertaste with either one of these. I just wanted to warn you about your tummy, like maltitol, erythritol. Some of those sugar substitutes, some of those sugar alcohol substitutes will do a number, not on everybody, but some people have sensitive tummies. But anyway, so these, if you use one of these, a cup of sugar, so if you substituted a cup of sugar with one of those, you could save 59 points. 59. It's actually, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 59 points you could save in 1 cup if you substitute that. If your recipe calls for a cup of sugar and you use one of these, you could save 59 points over that whole recipe. What? 59? Okay, second thing, I do not have anything here to show you, but heavy cream. I haven't used heavy cream, I don't even know when. I always, instead, like if I'm making gravy, or if I'm making something that has to be really, really thick and creamy like that, I substitute fat-free half and half. So here it comes, and I didn't get any today because I don't need it yet. It comes in a little skinny carton, and here in Knoxville, it's the Land O'Lakes brand, and it's just called fat-free half and half. You can save up to 10 points in a quarter of a cup. So in a little quarter of a cup, you can save up to 10 points by just switching from heavy cream to fat-free half and half. I will say I have also used oat milk. Oat milk is extremely creamy, not almond milk, not soy milk, not, not any of those other plant-based milks, but oat milk in particular does make for a really creamy sauce. But it's not that big of a difference, as much of a difference in the points. It's still a good difference, and it's actual food because it's made out of oats. Okay, the next thing is chocolate chips. So if your recipe calls for chocolate chips, you could use something like, and they don't have to be chocolate. I call all chips like this. So if it is shaped like this, Dusty, you can quit pacing, buddy. There's no food for you. So if it is shaped like that, I call it oh, and Debbie says cashew milk is thicker too. Good to know. So if it is a candy-like morsel that is shaped like this, I'm going to generically refer to that as chocolate chips, okay? So just know these are not chocolate chips, but I'm going to generically call them chocolate chips. So if your recipe calls for chocolate chips, you can use like Lily's brand. You can Swerve has some now. I saw those today when I was at the store, but I already had like $18 worth of Lily's chips in my buggy because I also got some peanut butter ones. I got milk chocolate chips. I already had these for Alyssa, and I got the peanut butter ones today. Oh, and salted caramel. Yeah. So I already had those, so I did not get any of the Swerve chips to try them. The Lily's do have, let's see, let me tell you what they have. They also have erythritol. So apparently that is the most yummy sugar substitute that there is. But they have erythritol. This one has cocoa butter, which is, milk. Let's see, dextra something or the other, chicory root fiber. So what is with chicory root? Does anybody know? Anybody have any idea what's up with chicory root? But again, with the erythritol. So, but you can save up to 4 points per ounce. So if you needed to use 1 ounce of chocolate chips in your recipe, you could save up to 4 points per ounce. So I don't know if you're keeping track, but we're already at 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. We're already at a 73 point savings. Now that's not per serving necessarily, but 73 points over a few recipes. Ooh, and Carol Lou has to watch the chicory root. She has to stay close to the bathroom. Yeah, I gotcha. I get you. Okay, if your celebration calls for fancy flavored coffees and teas and things like that, all of the holiday seasonal lighter liquid creamers like International Delights, the one that I don't normally flavor my coffee, but the International Delights Zero Sugar Willy Wonka Fudgy Caramel, that one's really good. It kind of tastes like a Girl Scout cookie, a Samoa Girl Scout cookie. Or you could go to Starbucks and you could use one of the Macro Barista. You could use one of his little things that he has on Instagram, and he also has it on the Weight Watchers app to tell you how to order at Starbucks. So if your event, if your celebration, if it's going to call for a fancy flavored coffee or a fancy flavored tea, you could totally do one of those creamers. I even found a couple of these. These are the lighter, the seasonal lighter liquid, and this is peppermint mocha. It's Grinch peppermint mocha, and these come in a little tiny container, so you can't go crazy unless you open a second one, and put it in there. So those are always a great option. And those are also really good to flavor other things. Like, believe it or not, they taste good in oatmeal, in plain oatmeal. They taste good in yogurt, if you don't mind it being a little bit runnier, but they have a pretty decent flavor. Okay, the next thing is hot chocolate. So I can tell you, Alyssa and I have already had hot chocolate as part of our celebration. We will be watching parades. We'll be watching a lot of Christmas movies and doing puzzles. I've got a puzzle planned for tomorrow night. We will ride around we will ride around here in Knoxville and look at Christmas lights. And when we do that, we will be drinking hot chocolate. I also just love hot chocolate sometimes at the end of the day at the end of the day, you know, when it's cold outside. I do also just love sipping on some hot chocolate. That was actually part of Deanna's homework that she did, was just to remember if she's having a chocolate, if it's like a chocolate crisis, to boom, open in case of emergency, that hot chocolate was one, like a lighter hot chocolate was one of the things that could kind of get her off that, you know, just remember, future me, that hot chocolate's one of the things that get you off that chocolate crazy. So for hot chocolate, I do like things like reduced calorie, reduced sugar, no sugar, fat free, you know, whatever mixes. So these are mixes in a pouch. This is Swiss Miss reduced calorie. It's 1 point for the packet. And it's a packet like this, so you put it in boiling or really hot water, and you know, and try to mix it up. And those are 1 point. I also have some, I think it's 0 sugar K-cup hot chocolate. Those are also they're also 1 point. Or you could even heat up like a protein drink. Just don't get it too hot, or it could curdle. But you could just heat up. Okay, wait, hold on. Trish just says that. Trish, okay, perfect timing, Trish. That is perfect timing. It's as if you read my mind. So Trish says, I use a chocolate premier as hot chocolate, or the chocolate mint premier is also good warmed up. 30-second increments. Okay, this is what I was just talking about in a coffee mug. So don't heat it too high, or you could scald it, or you know, or curdle it. So Trish just gave you the perfect recipe for that, is to do a Premier protein or something like this, like the Fairlife protein drink, you know, some kind of a protein drink, and put it in a coffee mug and heat it 30 seconds at a time so that you don't scald it. Barbara says hot cocoa mixed in your coffee is good. She's exactly right. That tastes like a mochaccino or something. And yep, Sarah says the Swiss Miss 1 point. Oh, hold on. Swiss Miss 1 point, great deal. Yep, exactly. And Chanel says you can always use Premier as a coffee creamer. Exactly. Yeah, so if you've got some of those holiday flavors, some of the Premier Protein, you know, limited edition holiday flavors, go back up to the one before that was fancy flavored coffees, and there you go. There you go. Okay, so let me think. Gwen, my fearless leader Gwen, heats up, I think she heats up skim milk and puts cocoa, like unsweetened cocoa powder, and then a little bit of, you know, something like one of these. I'm pretty sure that's how she makes her cocoa, but I know she's not here tonight. But if you all happen to run into her on the internet, ask her, but I'm pretty sure that that's how she makes it. Okay, so that's hot chocolate, and you can save up to 7 points per cup on just instant, just from using instant hot chocolate to one of these ideas. You can save up to 7 points per cup. Okay. Next, pudding. We make a lot of like things that have chocolate pudding in them, or banana, like actual banana pudding, or things that have like pudding in a fluff kind of a thing in it for fruit or whatever. So anything that has pudding, try swapping out a sugar-free, 0 sugar, you know, whatever you want to call it, kind of a pudding mix. So these are the Simply Delish brand, and I got chocolate today. So Simply Delish, in case you didn't know, is vegan. It's non-GMO. It's plant-based. It's vegan, so it's plant-based. But anyway, keto certified, lactose-free, nut-free, and gluten-free. So this one's chocolate. This one is butterscotch, which I thought sounded really good. And this one is strawberry. So I thought I might make Alyssa and I something with the strawberry one. But these puddings you can make with some non-fat plain Greek yogurt is perfect. A couple of tablespoons of any of these pudding mixes with non-fat plain Greek yogurt makes pudding. Plus you're getting the benefit of the non-fat plain Greek yogurt in there. You can mix them with a protein drink. So you can do 2 tablespoons. We did this in a chat a few weeks ago. 2 tablespoons of one of these, and put it in, you know, like in one of these drinks, or in half of one of these drinks, and that makes pudding. You just have to let it sit in the refrigerator for a little bit. Or you can put it in some silken tofu and again, perfect is a perfect consistency, but these are all sugar-free. And Jonna says she read somewhere that heating the protein drinks breaks down the protein. I don't know. Does anybody know if that's true? And it even has on here that on the package instructions, it says beat 1 packet into 2 cups of milk, which I think is funny because this is vegan. If you mix it with milk, it's no longer vegan. This is dairy free. If you mix it with milk, it's no longer dairy free. And it is, and there's something else on here that you just killed it if you mix it with actual milk. But anyway, so if you want to keep this with the milk free option, you can do, well, not that plain Greek yogurt is milk, or you could do that silken tofu. And again, excellent, anything like this, sugar-free, and that you can save up to 6 points for a half of a cup serving, up to 6 points just by using a sugar-free, and Jello brand is totally fine. So that's up to 6 points saving for a half of a cup. The next one is something to drink like sangria, wassail, something like that. I would do, and we did this last week while we were in Pennsylvania. I got a drink with light cranberry juice and some fruit, and I had some limes in it and everything. But instead of going full full sugar, full whatever sangria or wassail, you could do some either light apple juice or light cranberry juice, and then add some colorful fruit like whole cranberries or sliced oranges, or if it's the wassail or the cider, you could do, some slices of apples, or some mint, or some clove, or something like that, a cinnamon stick, something like that, and you can save up to 4 points per cup. And I promise you, it's prettier too. So if you make, like I love to make a non-alcoholic sangria. That is it's the light cranberry juice, and it has whole cranberries floating in it, sliced oranges floating in it, the rabbit poop ice from Sonic in it, because I do it cold, I don't do it hot, just all those good colors, and people don't even realize that they don't even realize it's non-alcoholic when they're drinking it. But again, you can save up to 4 points per cup by just switching to something like that. Okay, so the last one that's on my list, I have at least 10 minutes worth of things to tell you about this last one. Does anybody want to guess what the last thing is that I have on my Smart Swap Superpowers list? Does anybody want to guess? I'll let like 2 people guess, because y'all are probably watching Christmas movies, or you switched over to the Grinch because of my sweater. So I'll let 2 people guess. Sarah says eggnog. Nope. Nope. The thing I'm going to talk about next goes in, so close, Debbie, so close. The thing I'm going to talk about next goes in, gosh, most of my recipes. And Katie, you are also so close. Hold on, let's see. Let me see if I can, Marianne, it will never let me pull up what you say. Vicky says Parmesan. No, that's an interesting guess, but nope. And I could fix that with some nutritional yeast. Okay, Debbie's super close. Okay, so making my own fat-free cream cheese. No, Sylvia. No. Bad, Sylvia. So bad. You're naughty. So anything, and nope, tofu is a great guess, but it is not tofu, Barbara. So making my own fat-free cream cheese is literally my strongest superpower during the holidays, and my civilian friends and family never know what hit them, okay? And honestly, they know I use it and they just don't care. So years ago, I had a friend of mine that used to work for me. She said she is like, oh my gosh, she can make anything. And she'd be like, oh, no, don't buy ricotta cheese. You can make your own ricotta cheese. And I'm like, there are people who make ricotta cheese. I don't need to make my own. Oh no, don't make your own cream cheese. You can make, don't buy cream cheese. You can make your own. I mean, like, I don't need to buy it. There are people who do it. But everything, like, she wanted me to brine I don't even remember what cut of meat it was, and make my own, what is it you eat on St. Patrick's Day? I've forgotten it now. Anyway, she always wanted me to make my own stuff, and I was like, I don't need to. There are people who make this. Okay, little did I know that I would be groveling, crawling back to her during COVID and being like, oh, corned beef. That's right, Debbie. She wanted me to make my own corned beef. And I was like, no, you can get it already corned. I didn't even know what that meant until she explained it to me. But I had to go crawling back to her and apologize during COVID because guess what I couldn't find? I couldn't find already made cream cheese. Couldn't find it. And I was like, hey, so I know I made fun of you for all these recipes, but could you please tell me how to make the cream cheese? Because I need some. Okay, so making my own fat-free cream cheese, literally a superpower during the holidays. It's literally, and John hates how much I say literally, but it is literally a superpower during the holidays. Okay, so here's how you do it. And here's why I do it. Okay, first of all, this is a block of original Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay, this was, I think, $2.69. I think this was $2.69. This entire container of Fayet Total 0% milk fat, and it is all natural, non-fat Greek strained yogurt. So this, I think, was $2.69. This entire container was on sale for $4.99. So you can see the difference in size, okay? And also this cream cheese is I'll tell you how many points here, or how many points you can save here in just a second, but I wanted to tell you, or I'll tell you here in a second how many points you could save, but I also wanted to tell you what's in this, okay? So the ingredients in this cream cheese is pasteurized milk and cream. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's pasteurized milk and cream, salt, carob bean gum, and cheese culture, and it does contain milk. I don't think that was a secret. But anyway, so pasteurized milk and cream, salt, carob bean gum, and cheese culture. So this has 0 fiber. It has, the cream cheese has 0 fiber. It has, let me find it on here, 2 grams of protein per serving, no calcium, no iron, no potassium, okay? So it's just cream cheese. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just cream cheese. Okay, non-fat plain Greek yogurt is, the ingredients are grade A pasteurized skimmed milk, live active yogurt cultures, L. bulgaricus, S. thermophilus, I'm not saying these are correctly, L. acidophilus, Bifidus, L. casei. So do you all already hear some things that are not in here, that are in the cream cheese? This is grade A pasteurized skim milk and live active yogurt cultures, period, okay? It does not have cream, it does not have salt, it does not have carob bean gum, and it doesn't have cheese culture. It has, yep, exactly, Debbie, these are prebiotics. So remember when we're talking about pooping and all these other things and good digestion and whatever, grade A pasteurized skimmed milk and live active cultures. So important that you get the live active cultures if you're going to eat the non-fat plain Greek yogurt. So yes, those of you who said earlier that you thought non-fat plain Greek yogurt was my superpower, I do use it in a lot, but it is the turning it into the fat-free cream cheese. So literally all you do is take this, you just take the non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and you can do this with a coffee filter, you can do it with a reusable coffee filter, you can do this with actual cheesecloth, you can do this with a paper coffee filter. Today I am using a, oh yeah, it might be probiotics, you're right, Debbie. So today I'm just using this really fine strainer with a handle. I'm using that. All I did was and I only put this on top of this so you all can see what's coming out. So to make cream cheese, you're just draining out some of the excess moisture from the non-fat plain Greek yogurt. So I just took out several large scoops out of here, and I probably used, let's see how much of the container I used. I only used about 1/3 of the container. So this is so this was like on sale for $4.99 to something, and I'm gonna get at least 3 of these out of this. So let's see, so what is that gonna be? Not even $2 per, and you can make as little or as much as you want. So if you just need a little, make a little. If you need a lot, make a lot. But again, I put it in this so that you all could see how much liquid is coming off. So you just put it in whatever you're going to strain it in, and then put it in that, and then cover it. Most of the time I use like I've got one of those reusable fine mesh coffee filters. I usually use that. It's being used for something else right now. So I've got this going in here. Leave it overnight, and tomorrow it will be cream cheese. If you haven't seen our chat that is mostly about the fat-free cream cheese, you can go look it up on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But that is my strongest superpower, and here I go. It's gonna be after 9 o'clock before I get done talking. Okay, once you get done making that, that is 0 points. This block is 41 points. So this 8-ounce block of regular cream cheese that has extra stuff in it is 41 points. This is 0 points. So after this turns into cream cheese, 0 points. So you could save up to 41 points per recipe if you used that whole thing in your recipe. Okay, what do I use it for? First thing I use it for, hot pepper jelly and cream cheese. If you've never had hot pepper jelly and cream cheese, I could literally eat this, and see, I do say literally a lot. I could eat this until I got sick. So you just take a jar of any kind of hot pepper jelly. This one happens to be from Southern Root Sisters. I've used it from Harry and David. My dad used to make this all the time. But you can just take some of your fat-free cream cheese that you just made, mix it with some hot pepper jelly, spread it on a cracker. You've never ever tasted anything like that. That recipe is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So you can go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and just search hot pepper jelly and cream cheese, and it'll tell you exactly how to make it. Sometimes I get the kind that's red or green from the grocery store. It's fantastic. It is absolutely delicious. Second thing, cream cheese sausage balls. So I'm making these we're going to have a little celebration here at Casey Kitchen Center on Saturday for the girls that work here, and I'll be making cream cheese sausage balls. So delicious, so yummy. They are so creamy when you get done because they've got the fat-free cream cheese in there along with shredded Velveeta cheese. They melt in your mouth. So stinking good. And remember, I can save 41 points in the recipe just by using my own cream cheese. Cheesecake fruit dip. And the recipe for the cream cheese sausage balls is also already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And so Casey's going to post these links on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But if you need any of these tonight, like if you think, I've got to have some hot pepper jelly and cream cheese tonight, if you've already somehow made your own cream cheese already, you could do that. But those are all on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. The cream cheese sausage balls, you just look up cream cheese sausage balls. If you just look up cream cheese, you're going to get a lot of these. Plus, you're going to get the directions on how to make the fat-free cream cheese on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. The next one is cheesecake fruit dip. This is excellent if you want to go ahead and cut up some fruit, do some grapes, pineapples, apples, anything like that, and put them on a skewer, and then make little bowls of cheesecake fruit dip. Oh my gosh, so yummy, so yummy. And it's just fruit. It's fruit, fat-free cream cheese made out of good for you non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and dip your fruit in it. Okay, that's also on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Loaded mashed potatoes. Love some loaded mashed potatoes. I always put the fat-free cream cheese in there. And then last but definitely not least, everybody's holiday favorite. I get asked to make this for every single holiday. Everybody loves it. It is eaten until the bowl is absolutely clear. Winstar Karen's buffalo chicken dip. So if you've ever had buffalo chicken dip, if you try this one, and my friend, I have like 4 Karens in my life. This one is WinStar Karen, and it is on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com under WinStar, WINDSTAR, or if you just look up Buffalo Chicken Dip, you'll get it. But WinStar Karen's Buffalo Chicken Dip, it is 1 point. It's 1 point per serving. 1 for Buffalo Chicken Dip. You have to go check that out. So that's a 41-point savings. So those are my holiday and my super swap, or super swap, my superpowers for the swaps. I'd love to know what yours are. Do your homework, do your homework, do your homework, and we will all figure it out. We're all better when we're together, so we can come up with some great recipes. I'm sure y'all have some amazing ones, and I'm sure y'all have some great smart swaps that we can use for this holiday season. Remember, do not deny yourself anything during the holidays. But you all have an amazing week. I'm going to wrap it up and try to get home before John goes to bed, since he's leaving to go out of town again tomorrow morning at like 6 a.m. But if you're watching this on YouTube, it's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Let that next video go ahead and roll over. I promise you will enjoy it. Go ahead and click that bell so that you'll be notified. Go ahead and subscribe and click the bell so you'll be notified when we have our next video. And to everyone else, have a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. And let me know if you make any of these things with the cream cheese. Let me know. And if you have any questions about the cream cheese, go ahead and look on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, or just private message me, and will be happy to explain it to you. But good night, everybody. Bye, Anita. Good night, everybody. Y'all have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Good night.